jumped in on the scene, dressed in something mean, came through with the team. Y'all looking like snacks, a mighty fine cuisine. If you're not vibing with us, then please don't intervene. No, please don't intervene.
It's like easy.
What are we talking about?
Horrible, but it does not look good.
Yeah.
He kind of talks around like
He'll be
a
all right.
ragdoll.
He'll be fine.
And she's clearly.
They let Ray Rice join the NFL again. He'll be okay.
Shit, that shit was terrible.
Ray Rice straight.
He brought a dead body out
bro.
there.
So what was the last sentence we ended on?
The
He
Madden.
was talking about busting.
Shit, Kareem Hunt stomped that girl out.
Oh, yeah.
His last play.
Let's come back.
Like nothing happened.
But no, Big A, bro, you had a good point though, man. Because like, that's one thing that killed me about adults in the previous generation. I was talking about like, man, this generation's going to hell, man. They going to hell in a handbasket.
Who are you to say?
Right. Didn't y'all grow up with a lot of domestic abuse and starting wars with countries and demonizing a whole group of people, and as well as racism? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And then their generation, bro, alcoholism was fucking crazy.
Rampant.
Like women was getting their ass beat by alcoholics. Like it was like just.
And that was like almost legal. You know what I mean? It's fucking terrible. Yeah. It's true.
Because I mean, the same way we have like nothing. I feel like there's nothing new under the sun ever, bro, ever in the world, man. The same issues we had like 1,000 years ago, we have today. Yeah. It's just about how we kind of how we kind of handle it, how we kind of tackle it. But I feel like the generation nowadays, who we are now as a society, we are more open-minded to share ideas and how to kind of better ourselves. Yeah. Are we more? Does that open-mindedness kind of leave a lot of leave a gateway to some troublesome topics, some subjects, things like that? Yeah, sure, but at least we're not hiding it. You know what I mean? Like people have to hide in the closet about their feelings, what their beliefs are, these ideas. You know what I mean? Like if someone's gonna be racist, be racist. At least we know who you are. Right. At least we can identify you. Now we know what your true intentions are. If you gay, or you feel some type of way, man, be who you are. At least we know we'll still treat you the way you are. Like we'll either respect it or educate you on why that might not be okay for some people, but you can still get to be who you are. You know what I mean? And so it's just one of those things where like the old generation talking about how we gonna do all that stuff like that, man. Like y'all had your own issues, and I feel like at the same time with progress and change, there are good parts of change and there are also rough parts of change. But for the most part, I still think there have been a better improvements in life with technology, social media. That's come a long way. I feel like there's been more positive than negative.
Especially quality of life for certain groups and certain people. Like, you know, like one thing that, you know, an interesting conversation I had a couple of days ago, but one thing that I think that most everybody can agree on is that, you know, like, no kid should go hungry. No kid should be denied access to education. Yeah. No kid should be denied like a roof over their head. No kid, you know, like we should all give children equal opportunities, like as a whole as children. Yeah. You know, and then like from there, I think we can really grow. Like, you know.
Right, my bad.
Oh, you good.
I thought you already started. Nigga, start.
I didn't know you wanted to start.
Oh, you didn't start with that? Oh.
Bro, nigga, I'm like, we were just doing shit.
Bro,
I thought we started. I was like, bro, switch your shit, bro.
You was on some serious shit. I was trying to match you, bro. Like,
hey, you gotta fake it. You know?
Hey, no.
Oh my God.
You gotta fake that because he hit me with that. Yeah. You trying to record though?
Yeah, I got you.
While you fucking me up, bro.
He hit me with that shit before I went to bed last night. He was like, I feel like there's more negative than positive in the world.
I said evil, yeah.
And you just said you feel like there's more positive than negative. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, man. What's up?
I think there's more open-mindedness and like there's more questioning everything. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you couldn't question the Bible. Like you would be killed. You know what I mean? Like at certain times in history and shit, like you couldn't question like authority or like
depending on where you at in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm saying the majority of history was like strict as fuck. You know what I mean? Like it took to like the 60s.
They
to
killed
like
autistic people, bro.
Like, like
they would kill them.
The bottomies and shit. It's terrible. Yeah.
I also think it's like a mindset too, because like it depends like what you look at. Like if you think it's more positive in the world, you're gonna see more positive things. If you think it's more negative, you're gonna focus more on the negative things in the world. So I think it's just how you view the world, how you focus on things, and how you like live your life.
That also goes back to social media, because like the Social Dilemma said, or maybe it wasn't that, but like what you see on your phone is like what you mostly believe, and like everybody you follow they're gonna believe the same shit that you believe.
Yeah.
So like that's why the two-party system when it comes to politics, like, there's no changing anybody's mind.
Yeah,
Because
you fall into
everybody's
echo
believing,
chambers where you just hear the
exactly, like
same shit.
we live in the same neighborhoods, we go to the same schools, like we all believe the same thing.
It's a sports
So-
team mentality, but we're all on the same team. We all want
Exactly,
better
so it's-
for the country, the world, man.
If an asteroid comes or like aliens come or whatever, we're all on the human team. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
exactly.
if aliens
That's
come
my
tomorrow,
point
like
about
we're gonna team
earlier.
the fuck up.
Or
you know
better
what I mean?
yet, when a fucking virus impacts the whole goddamn world, and we're on the same goddamn team.
Yeah.
Let's
But,
not-
instead,
let's
but,
cut out
but
bullshit.
instead, we ended up blaming them for it,
Right.
even though viruses happen
Yeah.
naturally and like nobody even
Nah,
knows for
our
sure what happened. You know what I mean?
A leading official at the time was
Yeah.
blaming motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
And now it
He
leads
really
to
called
that
it.
shit that they going through now is like the Asian community, like
They really
you know what I
suffer.
mean? Like
COVID
it's
is-
The China virus, like
yeah, bro.
you
Like,
can't call it
times,
that.
like
You
all the
can't-
time he
you
did,
cannot
yeah.
call it that.
He
Like,
said he blamed them for it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like it's just I don't know. Like from what you were saying, like from what I said earlier, like as human beings, like you know, and then as children, you know, like we can't like as a human being, I love and respect you as a human being. I just met you,
Yeah.
but your life, you know what I'm saying, is valuable.
It matters.
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? A child's life is valuable.
All
Like
life
how we
is. It's an
all
air
life.
quote.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, all life is valuable. Period. Like you know, and then like you know, we can go on types of shit.
Swear.
We go down that road, but
So
like,
his life is valuable.
Whoa, wait. Before we get to that, I gotta
Good
ask.
virus.
I gotta because Pittman's brought up a good point. I want to hear from Big A. So that was a good segue. That was a good ass segue. But
As
nah,
it's on
because
Blueprint.
Big A, I wanted
How do we get into it?
Big A, I wanted to ask you, man. So like Paris says, you think there's more negative in the world than positive right now?
right now, yeah, like in 2018, 2017, even during you know a lot of the things that were going on, I would say it'd be the other way around.
Okay.
Really?
But I just see like progressively like a progressive change for the worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you know that's just what I see.
It's not a time to look forward to. I mean, other than this vaccine
Technology.
and people getting back outside, we're all inside. It's kind of depressing. Like it's
I think-
all-time lows right now.
I think this summer, if things open back up, I think we're gonna start seeing.
I'm very hopeful for that.
Yeah,
I feel like it.
people are tired of being inside.
I feel like it depends on perspective and context, right?
absolutely.
So, can I I'm the opposite of you as far as I feel like there's been more positive than negative, and I choose to, and I don't mean to keep myself, I don't mean to put
right.
closed blinds on myself. I don't mean to be in an echo chamber. I don't try to say anything like that, man. But at least from what I surround myself around,
Absolutely.
I know there is more positive. Reason why I say that is because if you take COVID out the context, COVID is a negative thing. That's a natural thing that we all agree on. Is an objective negative. Does it kind of make things worse day to day, life to life? Yes, because that is a frustration that we all have. And the frustration that is you wake up, you live day to day, month to month, year to year, that affects your job, your life, your
And it's
whatever.
universal
It's
frustration.
heavy.
Like,
Exactly.
everybody is feeling
Exactly.
this shit.
So in the world as a whole, it can feel negative. You take COVID out the context. We take COVID. We already know COVID is negative. We take COVID out of it. I still think the world itself is positive. The reason why I said that, I know one of your biggest arguments was technology. I still feel like there are more positives to technology than there are negatives. Yes, is technology a tool, a resource that we have to use? Can it be, like any tool, can it be used for good or for bad? Yes. I feel like we mishandle what technology we have at hand. We distract ourselves from it. We let it take over our lives. It kind of is our escape from reality sometimes.
Absolutely.
We need to we need to really kind of be mindful, be responsible with it. But at the same time, though, man, there are people, and like this is an example, there are people who are deaf that can now hear from technology.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
bro.
There's facts that people didn't know before when we were kids, bro. Because nigga, YouTube didn't hit till 05. Google didn't work right until like 08. You know what I mean? So like shit really, like we weren't exposed to knowledge. We didn't have the resources at hand.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
That's true.
we grew up on Windows 98. Like we got iPhone Pro Maxes
Oh,
recording
dial-up
4K
shit.
dial-up shit. You know what I mean?
And we get to learn from like the total information of history, not just like our fucking parents or not just like our town. You know
Textbooks
what I mean?
and
Yeah.
whatever shit like that. You know what I
You
mean?
get to read about like Buddhism without like somebody telling you it's shit before you hear it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you
Like,
get to
I
read
look
about
at
different shit.
The other day I was checking on my screen time because I don't want to be on my phone too much as I usually
Yeah,
do.
that part's sad.
But it showed me that like my number one app that I use is Google.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking up facts literally. all
Because
the time,
you have all
multiple
the
times a
information
day.
of human
And
history
articles,
basically. at your
just
fingertips.
Straight up. And that's what everybody like, bro. Like Like we were talking about the population, man versus woman.
Okay.
Like in the past, like it was women over men.
Really?
And I'm like stuck on that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like telling him, and he looked at Wikipedia. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't go to Wikipedia. You went to college. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? But then like I went to 4 different sites to find like, you know, and every single one's the same. Like, you know, men are
What
now.
Wikipedia said. For the record.
Most of the time, Wikipedia is actually.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't
It's
fuck
because
with
it's like open
Wikipedia.
source, so like
I
eventually
like
someone's gonna fix it.
Right. Like I've seen bullshit on Wikipedia, so I
What
can't.
Wikipedia said.
I-
Don't
I-
believe
I-
your
I-
English
I-
teacher.
Right. You feel me? Like I've gotten an F because of Wikipedia. Like I got my ass whooped because of that, so I know not to trust that shit.
You should double check your articles.
Yeah.
But just to the point you were saying, like, I don't feel like, I mean, clearly I don't feel like there's more fucking negativity in the world, because like you can point to like ancient times where like if you weren't Christian they were gonna kill you, you know what I mean, like through the Crusades and shit, or like, you know, there are a ton of examples like that. I feel like now though the spotlight is more on the negative to where like it's getting called out, and that's like the whole cancel culture and all that. Like if you say something fucked up, the whole spotlight goes on you. You know what I mean? And then it feels like it's everywhere, but really it's not everywhere. It's less than it was.
Sells. Lil Nas
It's controversy.
It sells.
It makes headlines. It gets news.
Exactly.
It gets
And
noticed.
that's the sad part about it. So.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. But get back to again, Big Ed. Like for the most part, I do feel like there is more positive in the world, man. Because like knowing that every people of any color walked with us hand in hand through the streets when we marched in Indianapolis, and we marched here in Muncie for Black Lives Matter this summer, man. That spoke out a lot, dude. When I see, and like, dude, this is a big thing. I know some comedians joked about before, like, damn, when you see white people in the audience, you really know you made it. You know what I mean? When you see them going to like old white ladies coming to see your shows, you know you really made it. You know what I mean? And same thing with the Black Lives Matter movement, man. When I'm seeing families of like all white people, all Asian people, whatever, and they're with their kids, like in strollers, walking with us, I'm like, not only are you the future, not only you are a good example of a parent trying to really make change, set a good example for your kid to prevent this hate and toxicity in future generations. But like it shows that you care about us and you're on our side. That I don't have to look at the news that's negative and think that everybody is just fucking Tea Party or Trumpers or
like it's not all black
QAnon or
that's actually a really good example. Like bro, like we were shooting the difference video with Mark Battles the day that they rioted, you know, Indianapolis. Like we were downtown. We weren't like all up in the shit, but like, you know, we were down there, and like, you know, as it's coming down, like, you know, they had a curfew and shit. Like you ain't supposed to be out. Like if it's 7 o'clock, you need to be moving from downtown. Like, you know, you need to be getting from downtown. That night, like 4 people died. You know what I mean? And then you're like, yo. Then you see Seattle. Then you see Phoenix. Then you see, you know, Minnesota. Then George Floyd. Like, I absolutely agree with you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like from that, like, in spite of all the negative that was caused that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that we all came together was definitely a positive.
Right.
And that was stronger than, you know, the negative part of it. So,
because the biggest benefit of that technology, man, is exposure. For the fact that this is a positive change that people try to spotlight as a negative for burning or buildings or rioting, this and that. They want to use that verbiage, they want to use that label to make it seem like a objective negative. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we know people who are in it, people who are really doing research about it, know it's for a positive cause. It is to expose the actual negativity that they don't talk about, that they choose to not acknowledge as reality. And that's the main thing we're trying to fight for. Meanwhile, the other part of exposing the negative shit is that all you dumbasses who thought Trump won the election, when they went to go store, bro, I swear, I was at work, bro. My bosses are Trump supporters. And then we hear him be like, oh, must be Black Lives Matter that infiltrated the crowd and
Capitol riots.
I'm like, bro, you can't. I'm like, bro, when I saw that,
stupidity,
dude,
like, it's so crazy.
Swear to God, bro, like I from that day forward, I'm like, you can't wear a red hat and tell me shit no more. The people on your side committed a national terrorist crime, bro. They stormed a fucking government building. Bro, if you were
Putting
darker,
their feet up on their
A lot of
desks
them,
and
a lot of
shit.
them are still getting locked
Taking
up
their
too.
plaques and shit.
bro, taking
like,
pictures, being shirtless, you know,
Come on.
wiping their
Fighting
ass
that
on
shit.
desks and papers, stealing
Come on.
computers with sensitive government information. I'm like, bro, if anybody in that crowd was darker than a piece of printer paper, they would have shot their ass.
Well,
Suck
people,
it. I
people
swear
did
to God.
die. People, like a lady did get like shot in the face by
Right.
security.
Well,
You know
she was
what I
some
mean?
dumb shit.
Hold on. R.I.P. to that woman.
R.I.P. to that
No death or anything.
Yes.
That was a dumbass decision.
Yes.
They got this shit barricaded. They got officers aiming guns down the hallway.
In
Your
your
dumbass
face.
wanna jump through that shit.
She's on
Like,
4K.
you feel me?
Come through a fucking window. Nah.
Big,
Right.
the gun was like right here,
Right.
from her face. She was still yelling.
They shot her ass right out that window. Like, boom. Like, I want to say that I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
You should've
it's
been in the first
hard.
place.
It's
Right.
hard.
Should've been there.
Y'all killed
Yeah.
niggas for chewing gum.
Yeah.
You feel
And
me?
you
Like,
Skittles.
And you know that they were the ones complaining about the other riots. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's the
You
stupidest
have-
part.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like,
I'm
Why
like,
you guys writing? The reason they writing.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all,
this is for our country. You know what I mean? It's
Bro,
like,
y'all
it's
mad?
dumb.
Bro, y'all
Like,
mad? Y'all mad that fucking people who are brown rioted TJ Maxx fucking an extra T-shirt when they can't afford shit? But y'all were here trying to burn down
And that's not
a
even the
government
main.
facility.
That's not even what it was about. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah, some target. Like, they're low key organizations. You know what I mean? That will send in bad protesters to make it look bad, so that the
Yeah,
government
right,
can come in and take them out. You know what I mean? Like that shit
Right.
happens all
Bro,
the
I
time.
saw literally where there were strategically placed bricks. Like no construction
Like
in
yeah,
sight.
yeah, just piles of bricks.
And just
all over,
piles
yeah.
of bricks, bro. Like, who the fuck just drop off bricks? You know what I mean? Like, who's dropping off bricks and cinder blocks and shit? Like, why is that downtown?
With a
just
sticky,
chilling?
with a sticky note that says "throw me."
Like, come on, bro. People was filming from, like, I don't know if y'all saw that video, bro. It was fucking amazing to see that. They were filming from, like, some building up high and were looking down. Police putting bricks and shit out.
Wow.
Just emptying bricks out of the back of a squad car and police truck.
There's that one the dude in the Target that was breaking the windows and shit. I don't know how real that. You know what I mean?
It was an undercover.
It
hard
was
to tell
hella
what was real
sketch
or
though,
not.
because he was like walking away, like they were like,
Everybody
what are you
was
doing?
like, "What the fuck?"
Like,
And
why are
they
you
didn't
doing
even go
that?
in there
Like,
at first. You know what I mean? They were
what
like,
the
"We're not
fuck?"
just gonna go in there." And then it was random people ended up coming by, like oh, like maybe this is the protest. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. There was no
Bro,
organization.
you know how many times I said to myself, "Oh, it can't get worse than this." Like literally, like multiple
All
times,
2020.
it got worse. It was like,
Every
no,
month.
I would never have dreamed it could be this terrible.
Every fucking month is like, yo, it can't get worse
Like,
than this.
ain't no way,
Niggas
bro.
just-
This is not real.
Hey, man, 20,
Bro, like, what the
bro,
fuck?
New Year's, we were like, bro, 2021 gonna be great. We got vaccines on the way, this and that. January 6th started with a bang.
Yeah, that's sad.
Trump supporter raided the Capitol. What? Guns in hand. I was like,
Yeah.
cops on the man.
One thing during that whole Capitol shit, when they I was sitting there, I was talking to my nigga Matt, and I was just like, bro, I bet not see one nigga down here, bro. Like, let them have that shit. Like, don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't, I better not see now one
Yeah.
black person down here. Like, and then I did it. I didn't. I don't know if y'all did. I don't know
That
if
was
was
that
called
meme.
it.
Nigga trying to get his stimmy.
Bro,
That one nigga.
right. It was just, I was just like, bro, like, this is the time, like, literally, like, get out the way, stay out the way.
Yeah.
The
Stay
people that are really the cause of a lot of this bullshit,
Yeah.
let them have this moment and let them burn in this shit.
Let them show how stupid they
Let
are.
them
yeah.
show their stupidity. And I'm so glad they started looking at them cameras and tracing them motherfuckers and hunting them motherfuckers down.
They still are.
Oh,
too.
locked up. They still putting motherfuckers in jail, bro. Like, I love
400
it.
of them or something.
I love it,
It
bro.
was a good moment.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That was the most American shit that I've seen my whole motherfucking life.
I swear to God.
Middle class white moms over here crying like, I didn't mean to do it. Like, no, you were
You just needed to do